Hello, my gorgeous darlings. I am doing an update for you all. I actually bloody recorded a 10-minute video not realizing my mic was off. It wasn't off, it was plugged in, it was just paused. So like the red light was flashing and I forgot that that meant it was paused and not that it was working. When it's continuously on, that means it's working. So now it's working for sure, and I'm doing this again, second attempt around. As you can see, Nova is behind me. She's a little nugget. We are still in Arizona. It's been so therapeutic and so amazing being here again on the West Coast. I haven't been back to the West Coast since the beginning of the pandemic. So like 2019. And two of my besties from Vegas are coming to visit me tomorrow. I am so fucking excited. I'm so excited. They're like family to me. I used to live with one of them, and I will vlog with them. So you're going to see them on my channel. We're probably going to do a few videos while they're here. Why not? It's been so many years. It's like we have to vlog. They're amazing people. So yeah, it's been a hell of a month. A lot has happened. My relationship ended of 3.5 years, as I say with a smile. I will say having a happy and healthy relationship end is 1,000 times, if not 10,000 times worse than a bad relationship ending. It's so much worse. It's like fucking painful. I'll say the problem wasn't us. The problem was external factors, and at the end of the day, he's got pressures from his family, culture, traditions, religion, community. And often people, especially if they've been heavily, can I say, conditioned, brought up a certain way, it's very hard for them to deviate, even as much as they love somebody. I realized that it's very hard to accept, because when you have something so amazing and so effortless, just to think of meeting someone who just clicks with you, so compatible with you on a soul sense, personality wise, we were very, very happy. But then, when it came down to it, going to the next level, it's like all these factors suddenly became an issue. He did tell his parents about me, and it wasn't okay. So yeah, all those years didn't want to meet me. I believe that no matter the differences, if you truly love someone, you learn and you adapt and you make things work. There are so many happy inter-ethnic, inter-religious couples around. He was the only person I would have actually converted my religion for. I'm not that religious, but I would have converted for him into whatever, was required. Anyway, at the end of the day, some people are still very, very heavily influenced by these things. And a lot of Western people will not understand choosing your family over a partner, but we shouldn't have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I grew up with that very similar culture. We had way more cultural similarities than we did differences. The main difference was religion. Your family is giving you an ultimatum what you're supposed to do, right? You either lose someone that you've only known for a couple of years, or you lose someone you've known for your whole life. I don't feel anyone should be put in that position, but that was the position he was placed in. I just wish him and his family well. I feel like nobody should have to be in that position. I feel like your parents should respect who you want to be with and be willing to work with you, at least meet the person before they form their opinion and make a decision. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants open arms and acceptance and love, to welcome them into the family like my family welcomed him. My family were so open and embraced him and accepted him. And I think I deserve the same, right? So anyway, been in Arizona for over a week at my parents' new residence. I absolutely love it here. Just the atmosphere here is just so, what can I say? It's so much more relaxed. It's serene, it's quiet, and it's beautiful. but also my parents live in a very really nice area. So even though we live in an affluent area in Potomac, but this is like on another level. We're in Desert Mountain, so members only, and high security, and all you see is just gorgeous mountains and cactus and just beautiful landscape. And you don't, it's just kind of like tucked away from all the hustle and bustle of craziness. It's just a beautiful, it feels very remote, but then you're only like 20-30 minutes away from like main Scottsdale and all these like shops. There's a small little area, 15 minutes, where there's like a grocery and some shops and things like that, which is quite convenient. So, you know, they have everything they need here, and I'm really happy that they're moving here actually, because I'm definitely going to move back to the West Coast. I love it here. I feel a lot happier here than I was on the East Coast. I don't know if it's because I don't have any of the fucking annoying gnats in my face here. There's no gnats trying to eat your eyeballs as they are on the East Coast. They're so annoying. They're like in Nova's face, all in her eyes, and it's just nice not having that here. They still do have mosquitoes. I was bitten a few times, but different kinds of creatures. We have scorpions and lizards, but I mean, you don't really see them around. And the cockroaches, it's too hot in the day, so they usually come out at night. Everything here blends into the atmosphere. My mom was like, I have so much trouble finding the stores here because all the shops, like, they look the same, because there's very strict standard of how things can look here in this area. Like, everything has to blend in with the desert. So literally everything is like stucco, different shades of brown. They even have like fake cactuses, cameras, and things on the street. Like normally in the East Coast, it would just be like a metal box because it has a camera, whatever. Here they have to disguise it into the desert. Lots of fake cactuses that blend in. But I love it. It's beautiful and everything is aesthetic and goes with the whole beauty of the environment of the desert and the cactuses and everything. It's gorgeous. I love the mountains. It's so scenic, and just the vibe here is just overall, I don't know, I just feel happier when I'm here. And apparently, like in the desert mountain area, you can't have your house like any color. It has to be like within 5 shades, like 5 different shades, and I think they're all shades of brown, to just go with the atmosphere, so you don't ruin it, I guess, ruin the aesthetic. I mean, no judgment to those who want to paint their house neon pink, but I mean, aesthetically, I understand they want the whole neighborhood to be uniform and look beautiful everywhere. You don't want to just have this like tacky looking house or whatever. And, more power to anyone who wants to paint their house in neon color. But obviously you can do that in other neighborhoods. You just can't do that in this neighborhood because they have this whole beautiful image to kind of like upkeep, and they want the same aesthetic everywhere. I love it. It's so serene. And wherever you look, it's just easy on the eyes and neutral colors and beautiful. I love it. I can't get enough of it, and I can't wait to move back here. I don't think I'm going to move to Arizona, even though my parents are moving here. I'm probably going to move back to Vegas just because I have a very strong friend, a base, supportive group of friends there, and easier to live there. It's cheaper to live, just easier to make money. I'll be studying for the Cali bar. At least I'll be close to California when I'm ready to take that. I'm not going to live in California, as you guys know, because I don't like California, but I do need to be barred, and that is the easiest place for me to be barred, and I can still do legal work at different firms across the country, just not go to court. And that's okay, because I don't want to go to court. So yeah, a lot of changes. I'm still studying for my last bit of exams, and really long process. And I never understood why they gave you 5 years until now. Most of it is waiting for the time of exams to come. You can't just retake or resit exams whenever. And also I had a job. So I was working in a law firm for 2 years. I wasn't like doing nothing, and I was also dancing. So it sounds crazy, but to me, it worked. At least my job was fairly, like, the hours were good. we didn't get a lunch, so it was a 6 hour, but it was very intensive, concentrated, hyper-focused 6 hours straight work. I actually like working like that. I don't benefit from, I just ate before I went into work, and then I ate afterwards. It wasn't a big deal for me not to have a lunch because I kind of don't eat that much anyway. The single setting, I'm a grazer. I pick throughout the day. I usually don't have big meals. I just kind of eat like a bird and pick at things throughout the day. So different going back to the East Coast, such a change of atmosphere. But I love the heat. I really love the heat here, I guess because I was born and raised in a very cold country, one of the coldest countries in the world, Canada. And then, you know, being in England half my life too, it's also cold. Just having this like over 300 days of sun here. And I mean, the heat is crazy. But it's, I guess the dogs don't go as much. I think Nova, I don't know how she is. Like, she's also on a period, so she's in season right now, so that could be affecting her mood. But I'm sure she misses the trees and the grass, because like dogs especially like routine and what they're used to. She's spent most of her life on the East Coast, and she's always loved the trees and the grass. So I don't know how I feel about her being here. I hope she learns to like it. She does go on trail hikes with my parents in the morning when it's cooler, so that's usually when the hikes will be. I mean, it does get fairly hot on the East Coast too, in a different way. Here it's very, very humid, and for her breathing, it's harder to breathe with that humidity. So it's kind of the same thing. She'll stay inside most of the day anyway. She just doesn't have a doggy door here. My parents don't want to put a doggy door in this house because they're afraid critters will come in. We have lots of coyotes and bobcats, and even though we have a fence, they can technically jump over it. So for her safety, they don't want her just roaming around just in case. My mom's afraid an eagle's going to pick her up or something. I looked her up, and they can't pick up more than 10 pounds apparently. Like, she's 18 pounds. Like, I don't think a bird is going to swoop down and get her. But anyway, she's got her coyote vest that my mom had bought her. You can see it here.
Beautiful.
You look so dangerous.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you're so cool.
You're a badass, Nova.
Badass pug. Mm-hmm.
It looks cool though, right? Neon pink on her gorgeous pitch black bar. She looks so good, but it's just like so funny. She looks like a rave porcupine or something. She doesn't mind it too. She walks and she's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm really excited. Louis and Nick are coming tomorrow. They're like some of my best friends from Vegas. I used to live with Louis and his boyfriend, and Nick is his brother, and we're all really, really tight-knit group of friends, and we talk almost every day, even when I was on the East Coast for the last 4 years. Like, the last time I saw them was before the pandemic started. So I'm so excited to see them tomorrow. We're definitely gonna vlog. We're definitely gonna, I want to feature them in my videos, and you'll see who they are. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Nick actually is originally from Arizona. He moves around a lot, but he actually just moved to Vegas not too long ago, like a few months ago. Was it 6 months ago? Something under 6 months ago. So it's funny. He's here for like a doctor's appointment. His boyfriend is working in Tempe temporarily, so it's not too far from me, maybe like an hour or something. So they're gonna come hang out. I'm so happy to see them. It's amazing when you meet beautiful souls. You know, like Louis has been one of my best friends. He was one of the few friends who had the door open for me when I was trying to get on my feet when I first moved back to Vegas, and he was the first one who reached out and said, you can stay with me. And even when I started making money and working there, he refused rent, but I insisted, like, let me pay you something, and he charged me very nominally, and I really appreciate him for that. But he's just so kind, such a generous, genuinely kind person. And obviously because he's gay, there was never any agenda, you know. Like, I've had problems living with straight guys, you know, just fucking weird and uncomfortable situations. But you know, when your besties are gay, you never worry, you never have that issue. There's no underlying agenda. He just genuinely cares for me like his sister. He calls me his sister. And we just have a very, very great, respectful relationship, and we always have each other's backs. He's my family out here on the West Coast. You know, your friends are the family that you choose. That's what they say, right? It's so true. And Nick is an amazing person as well. And you know, it's great. They're best friends, and now we're all like really all very, very close friends. And it's so nice to have good people in your life that you can trust, and that you know there's no underlying agenda or motive that, you know. So yeah, this is the first time they'll be visiting me, and it's just happened to be that my parents wanted to live close to Vegas as well. Driving, it's about 5 hours. It's not too bad. It's way closer than when I was living on the East Coast, where they'd have to take a flight, and the flight would have been like 5 to 7 hours. So the fact that it's drivable is such a big difference. Like, even when I move back to Vegas, I can easily just drive to see my parents. So I think it's under 5 hours. Anyway, that's it. I will upload a house tour video for you guys so you guys can see what this house looks like. But I barely have any memory on my phone, so I have to cut it short now. I hope you all have a great night, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye!